the Pro-chancellor and Chairman of Council of the Akwa Ibom State University, His Eminence Nteng Dr. Solomon Dear, took Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, the Vice-chancellor. Welcome all of the members of the academic staff. Welcome all of the council members. Welcome all of the very specially invited guests. Welcome very specially also all of the parents and family members of the graduates. Welcome all of the people who have one role or the other to play at this very significant event on this last day of the month of February 2026, where we are gathered here in Ikodak-Paden, in Paden in local government area, the permanent site of the Akwa Ibom State University for the combined 6th, 7th, and 8th convocation ceremonies of this institution of learning. We want to thank very specially every single person that has made time out to join us here at this event. We know it is a day of history making. We know it is a day of huge significance. We know it is a day, of course, where a good number of people in this community have been waiting for quite a long time. But then, like they say, better late than never. And it is on that note that I want to very also specially congratulate all of the graduates who make up this particular group of people who will be convocating today. We thank and welcome every single person. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is by the grace of the Almighty God that all of us are here gathered today. It is therefore important that before we proceed with anything else on this program, we hand this event over into the hands of He without whom none of us would be here. On that note, may I respectfully invite the head of the Obiokwa campus of the Akwa Ibom State University, herself, Professor Jemima Ekanem, to please kindly come to this microphone, madam, and lead us in brief opening prayers. Professor Jemima Ekanem, please.
Please, may we rise as we pray. Immortal, invisible, omnipresent, omnipotent God, we reverence you. You are the Almighty, the creator of the universe. And so, Daddy, we thank you for a day like this. We thank you for life. We thank you for Akwa Ibom State. We thank you for Akwa Ibom State University. We thank you for our graduates. We thank you for their parents. We thank you for all the stakeholders of Akwa Ibom State University that we have brought together. Despite the roads, despite the distance, we did not receive any bad news. And we say, Lord, please take all the glory in the name of Jesus. And so, Lord, we want to say thank you again for a day like this. It is a day that we have been waiting for. And we know it is by your power and might that we are here. And so, Lord, we wanted to commit this day, this ceremony into your able hands. Daddy, we ask you to come down and be with us here. We submit to your leadership. We submit to your rulership. We hoist your banner here. And we decree, oh Lord, that we take preeminence here. Lord, direct and guide in all that we need to do. At the end of the day, Lord, you alone will be glorified. And then we will go back home satisfied. Thank you, Jehovah, Lord, for hearing us. These and other things, we believe you have heard us. For in Jesus' awesome name we agree. Amen.
Thank you very much, Professor Jemima Ekanem, the head of the Obiokwa campus of the Akwa Ibom State University. Thank you very much. The Pro-chancellor and Chairman of Council, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, like all of us are already aware and of course has been repeated on this microphone several times, we're gathered here for the 6th, 7th, and 8th combined convocation ceremonies of the Akwa Ibom State University. And of course, A good number of the people, if not everyone that has come here, has been officially welcomed. But allow me, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to single out for recognition and welcome the group of people who came here, one of the earliest people who arrived at this venue for this event. And those are our royal fathers. We have a good number of paramount rulers there, a good number of clan heads, a good number of village heads. They came here even before those who are graduating. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to please request, even if it is to make an exception, that we give them a round of applause and welcome them specially. Please put your hands together for all of our royal fathers who came. Thank you very much. Like, of course, we would know with the proceedings of a convocation, the bulk of the work here would have to pass through the registrar of the university. It is therefore that note that I want to respectfully invite the acting registrar and director secretary of PG School, Mrs. Immaculata Effiong, to kindly come up here, madam, so that we can get the proceedings of this convocation going. Thank you.
The visitor to the university, His Excellency Pastor Omar BN, PhD, Your Excellencies, the visiting governors and special guests, members of the National Assembly, Speaker and members of the State House of Assembly, members of the State Executive Council, the Executive Secretary, National Universities Commission, NUC, the Registrar and Chief Executive, Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, the Executive Secretary, Tertiary Education Trust Fund, the Chancellor, Akwa Ibom State University, the Pro-chancellor and members of the Governing Council of Akwa Ibom State University, visiting Pro-chancellors, the Vice-chancellor, Akwa Ibom State University, visiting Vice-chancellors, members of Senate of Akwa Ibom State University, visiting registrars, my Lord spiritual and temporal, respected members of the press, great students of Akwa Ibom State University, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. In accordance with Section 4, Subsection 1 of the Akwa Ibom State University Law, 2009, I have the honor to most respectfully invite the Chancellor of the University, His Eminence Ntenyin Solomon Daniel Etuk JP, to constitute and declare open this assembly as the 6th, 7th, and 8th combined convocation of Akwa Ibom State University for the purpose of conferment of degrees and awards of prizes.
By the authority vested in me by Section 4, 1 of Akwa Ibom State University Law, 2009, I hereby declare open this assembly for the 6th, 7th, and 8th combined convocation of Akwa Ibom State University for the conferment of degrees and award of prizes. I so declare.
Honorable visitor, Honorable visitor, Mr. Chancellor, sir, Your Excellencies, my Lord spiritual and temporal, Your Highnesses, special guests, honorable commissioners, members of the Governing Council and Senate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor, most respectfully, to invite the Chancellor, His Eminence, Ntengin Solomon Daniel to JP, to please address the convocation. The Chancellor, sir.
Hello, come and adjust this thing. One a little bit. That's all right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is an address by His Eminence, Ntengin Dr. Solomon Daniel Etuk, JP, CFR, Chancellor, Akwa Ibom State University, at the 6th, 7th, and 8th combined convocation ceremony of the university. Today, the 28th of February, 2026. I very respectfully recognize the visitor of the university, the governor of the state, Pastor Umo Basieno, here represented by the Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State. May I very respectfully recognize members of the university community. May I respectfully recognize the council members newly inaugurated. You are highly welcome. Let me use this opportunity to recognize the traditional rulers of Akwa Ibom State that are all here to witness this memorable event. Ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to stand on the already established protocol. Today holds an incomparable significance as we hold the 6th, 7th, and 8th combined convocation ceremony of Akwa Ibom State University. It is therefore an event that has been highly anticipated, particularly by graduates and families, the university community, as well as government and other stakeholders. We are grateful to the Almighty God for the opportunity to partake in this historic event. On behalf of the entire university community, I warmly welcome the visitor to the university, our beloved governor of Akwa Ibom State, His Excellency Pastor Umo Basieno, PhD, along with his entourage, distinguished guests, and everyone here to this occasion. The university community sincerely appreciate you for dedicating valuable times to join us in this joyous convocation. Please permit me to use this auspicious occasion to convey my profound gratitude and delight at my reappointment as the Chancellor of Akwa Ibom State University. I sincerely thank our esteemed visitor to the university, granting me the privilege to serve in this capacity. Once again, Your Excellency, I assure you, your administration and the good people of Akwa Ibom State of the continued advancement and sustained quality of Akwa Ibom State University. As a prominent institution of higher learning, Akwa Ibom State University AXU has emerged a pivotal entity for the cultivation of young minds, equipping them to become intellects who are useful to themselves and the society to the extent of making substantial contribution to the local and national labor market. This is why we make whole to say that the university has delivered significant benefit to our community, the state, and the nation at large. It has only expanded educational opportunities for our youth, but has also fostered a plethora of employment avenues and facilitated landmark development within the campuses. The university prioritizes provision of high quality education that prepares students for the labor market, while encouraging entrepreneurship and practical hands-on experience. In recent times, our university has demonstrated remarkable capacity through unprecedented expansion in its academic programs. For instance, the commencement of Faculty of Law, Health Sciences, Environmental Sciences, and Pharmacy attest to the dynamic character of the institution in responding to the needs and aspirations of the people of Akwa Ibom State. It is noteworthy that the significant progress recorded by AXU in recent years is attributed to the unwavering commitment and visionary leadership of the visitor of the university, His Excellency Pastor Umar Basieno, PhD, who has consistently demonstrated dedication by providing the essential resources required for the efficient operations of the university. Your Excellency, we are profoundly grateful for the invaluable contributions and steadfast support towards the advancement of the institution. Let me have some water. The university's reputation and ensuring that our ideals are met and ensuring our student graduates on time, well molded in character, learning, and knowledge. This steadfast commitment enriches the personal fulfillment of the graduates and also enables them to make meaningful and positive contribution to our state and the nation at large. Additionally, it is important to acknowledge that the Vice-chancellor, Professor Otto Basiakpan, exemplifies diligence and purposeful administration. His passion, innovation, optimism, and leadership have driven the transformative development witnessed recently in this institution. Under his stewardship, the university successfully underwent a comprehensive resource verification exercise for both undergraduates and postgraduate programs conducted by the National University Commission, NUC. Also, the main campus has witnessed a significant beautification and infrastructural enhancement in line with the original master plan of the university. Such diligence and commitment by his management team have propelled our academic success, positioning us among the leading universities in Nigeria. Our success story is further reflected in the remarkable increase in student enrollment, strengthened local and international collaboration, linkages, expansion of viable postgraduate programs, and establishment of several directorates and centers, among other milestones. This achievement clearly demonstrates that ASU has truly evolved into a strong, reliable, and dependable institution poised to impact future generations and leave a lasting legacy in moral rebate, educational advancement, and entrepreneurial development. Moreover, I would like to seize this opportunity to formally congratulate Pro-chancellor and Chairman of the Governing Council, Senator Udoma, CON, on his well-deserved reappointment, and Professor Otto Basiakpan for his appointment as the substantive Vice-chancellor. I also commend the entire membership of the Governing Council. Together, we shall consolidate on the progress already recorded and ensure that ASU remains the state university of our aspiration, where great minds are churned out. Again, I must express my appreciation to our host communities for fostering a harmonious relationship with the university. This partnership has been instrumental in maintaining stability, both within the university and across the surrounding communities. Most importantly, I acknowledge the graduating students from whom we have gathered today. I commend them on their academic achievement and encourage them to view this milestone not as the pinnacle, but as a stepping stone towards continuous learning, personal growth, and the cultivation of their inherent talent. Our dear Commission graduates, today we charge you to be good ambassadors of ASU. We expect to hear about you breaking new grounds and attaining higher heights. I wish to echo Nelson Mandela's assertion that education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. Our society needs change, and today ASU has fulfilled one of its primary mandates of raising a generation of change agents who are great in thinking, rich in knowledge, and proficient in practicing. Permit me to say that AXU today has become a viable instrument within the Arise agenda of His Excellency Pastor Umar Basieno, PhD. The university is pivotal in interpreting and implementing the Arise agenda philosophy. The university has contributed immensely in transforming the education landscape of the state and youth development, which form the cardinal points of the Arise agenda. This is why, from the onset, I fully appreciate and endorse the Arise agenda philosophy as championed by the visitor to the university, His Excellency Pastor Umar Basieno. Evidently, Arise agenda has become a major practical approach in changing the narratives of development in Akwa Ibom State, as witnessed so far. Let me reassure the visitor to the university of our commitment to ensure that AXU, as a reputable institution, will continue to maintain enviable standards in line with the university mission of knowledge and technology for development. I wish to use this medium very especially to make a clarion call to the donor agencies, development partners, well-meaning individuals, socio-cultural groups, and indigenes of Akwa Ibom State, both at home and in diaspora, to contribute significantly to the growth of AXU. In this regard, we acknowledge the support so far made by 8th Fund and others, as AXU is our pride. It can only become all that we want it to be. On our own part, we are ever ready to maximize investment made to ensure that AXU is truly a citadel of knowledge. Finally, I wish to convey to you all the felicitation of Akwa Ibom State Supreme Council of Traditional Rulers, Ifemi Bomi Bibio, Nsurubium Traditional Rulers Council, my dear wife, my family as a whole, as well as friends and associates within and outside our climb. I thank you all for participating in our 6th, 7th, and 8th combined convocation ceremony. May the good Lord bless you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please put our hands together for the Chancellor of the Akwa Ibom State University, His Eminence, Tengen Dr. Solomon Dietek, CFR. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as the Chancellor resumes his seat after having presented his address, it is my pleasure at this point to announce that we are having join us at this event the visitor to this university, His Excellency the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Umar Basieno, PhD. and His Excellency, the Governor and Visitor to the University, is represented at this event by Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I please request that we make welcome Her Excellency, Dr. Mrs. Akon Eyagayi, Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State. Thank you very much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the proceedings will continue as soon as the Deputy Governor, who is sitting in literally for His Excellency, the Visitor to the University, has taken her seat. She's being received now, of course, by the Vice-chancellor of the University, together with other members of the team, members of the Akwa Ibom State Executive Council, and of course, some members of the university community. We want to welcome her very specially to these events, the 6th, 7th, and 8th combined convocation of the Akwa Ibom State University. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor, joining us. Can we please put our hands together and welcome Her Excellency, Senator Dr. Akon Eyagayi, representing the Governor of Akwa Ibom State and Visitor to the University. Thank you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are expected to rise and receive the visitor as he joins us. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the Visitor to the University, we want to welcome you very specially to this event. Just before you came in, we had just taken the address by the Chancellor of the University, and the Akwa Ibom. At this point, the acting registrar will continue with the proceedings of the convocation ceremony. Thank you.
Honorable Visitor, Mr. Chancellor, sir, Your Excellencies, my Lord Spiritual and Temporal, Your Highnesses, special guests, Honorable Commissioners, members of the Governing Council and Senate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor to call upon the Pro-chancellor and Chairman of the Governing Council, distinguished Senator Udoma CON, here represented by a member of the Governing Council, Dr. Emmanuel Ekuwem, to please address the convocation. Dr. Sir.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the visitor and the executive governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Omobasi, PhD, ably represented by the Deputy Governor, Her Excellency Senator Dr. Akwa Ibom, distinguished Chancellor, esteemed Vice-chancellor, members of the Governing Council, my colleagues that are here, honorable guests, proud parents and guardians, and above all, our graduating students. Your Excellency, Mr. Visitor, I'm reading this address for and on behalf of our principal, the Pro-chancellor of this great university, distinguished Senator Udoma. It is with profound gratitude and a deep sense of institutional pride that I stand before you today to deliver the Pro-chancellor's address on the occasion of our 6th, 7th, and 8th combined convocation ceremony. I wish to warmly welcome in a special way our amiable visitor, His Excellency Pastor Omobasi, PhD, the Executive Governor of our dear state, for personally gracing this occasion despite his busy schedule. He's here spiritually, but physically represented by the Deputy Governor. Your Excellency, sir, your unique vision, philosophy, and efforts towards enhancing the growth and development of Akwa Ibom State University cannot be overemphasized, particularly in creating a conducive environment for our well-being and progress. Convocation is not merely an academic ritual, it is a defining threshold. It marks the moment when aspiration ripens into achievement, when endurance finds recognition, and when the quiet sacrifices of years are translated into public honor. Today, we celebrate not only degrees conferred, but desires unfolding. A university is more than an assemblage of lecture halls and laboratories. It is an enduring idea that knowledge refines character, that inquiry liberates the mind, and that education equips humanity to confront its most complex challenges. Through seasons of change and challenge, our institution has remained faithful to that idea and has continued to hold aloft the banner of scholarship, discipline, and service. To our graduating students, you represent the living testimony of that commitment. You arrived here years ago with hope, curiosity, and perhaps uncertainty. Today, you leave as graduates transformed by rigorous scholarship, shaped by intellectual debates, tested by deadlines and examinations, and strengthened by resilience. The parchment you receive is not merely certification, it is a covenant. It signifies that you have been trained to think critically and act ethically in order to contribute meaningfully to the society. While it is important to honor individual accomplishments, we must also reflect on institutional progress. Universities must not only teach, they must evolve. They must anticipate the demands of a changing world and position themselves at the forefront of innovation and relevance. I am pleased to affirm that our university is firmly on that path. In recent months, we have embarked upon a deliberate agenda of programs expansion and renewal. We are also concluding plans to upgrade laboratories to meet international standards, enabling cutting-edge research in sciences and technology-driven disciplines. Next, in line is the digitization of a library system to expand access to global scholarly databases and foster a research culture that transcends geographical boundaries. We are steadily building an academic environment where curiosity is not constrained by limitation. Equally, ladies and gentlemen, noteworthy is our strategic emphasis on interdisciplinary research and community engagement. As a result, the university has strengthened its postgraduate and professional programs, broadening its academic portfolio to meet emerging professional demands. New centers and institutes have been inaugurated to deepen scholarship in specialized areas. These centers, institutes, and clusters have been established to address pressing societal concerns such as defense and security, peace and conflict, diaspora and transnational engagement, migration and humanitarian issues, gender and sexuality discourse, local government and chieftaincy affairs, ecology and environmental services, oil and gas research, African arts and festival, creative economy and cultural studies, climate change and sustainable development, public health innovation, digital humanities, governance, cultural preservation, among others. These initiatives are not abstract ambitions, they are grounded responses to local and global realities and fulfill our mission of generating knowledge that speaks both to our immediate environment and to the wider intellectual community. Also, these centers will foster partnerships with industry, governmental agencies, and international institutions and open pathways for collaborative research, staff development, and student exchange. These partnerships are not ceremonial, they are strategic bridges connecting theory with practice, scholarship with industry, and learning with impact. Our commitment to quality assurance has been unwavering. Accreditation processes have been pursued with diligence. Curriculum reviews have been conducted with intellectual rigor. And faculty development initiatives have been expanded to ensure that our lectures remain at the cutting edge of pedagogical and disciplinary advancement. A university's credibility rests upon the quality of its teaching and research. We have taken deliberate steps, therefore, to safeguard that credibility. In tandem with academic growth, we have invested in student development beyond the classroom. Entrepreneurship training, leadership workshop, digital literacy programs, and innovation hubs now complement traditional instruction. We recognize that today's graduate must not only seek employment, but must be equipped to create opportunity. The culture of enterprise, creativity, and social responsibility is being intentionally cultivated with our academic ecosystem. We have also remained deeply committed to our host community and region through outreach programs, public lectures, health interventions, literacy campaigns, and cultural initiatives. The university continues to affirm that it exists not in isolation, but in partnership with society. Knowledge must circulate, it must heal, it must inform, and it must uplift. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, milestones are not endpoints, they are markers along the continuing journey. The path ahead demands even greater audacity. We envision expanded research grants, increased global visibility, enhanced alumni engagement, and the steady ascent of this institution in national and international rankings. We aspire to become not merely a participant in the global scholarship, but a contributor of original thought grounded in our context and confident in our voice. To our graduates, you step beyond these gates. Remember that excellence is not a destination achieved once and for all, it is discipline. The world you enter is complex, competitive, and at times uncertain. Yet you carry within you the intellectual tools, ethical grounding, and resilience forged during your time here. Your success will reflect upon the university, just as the university's honor now accompanies you. Let integrity be your compass, let competence be your standard, and let service be your legacy. Convocation is both culmination and commencement. While one chapter closes for one graduate, another begins. While we celebrate today's achievements, we anticipate tomorrow's possibilities. To parents and guardians, your sacrifices have borne fruit. To our faculty and staff, your dedication has shaped minds and futures. To members of Council and Senate, your stewardship has ensured stability and growth. And to our partners and benefactors, your support has strengthened the foundations upon which we build. As Pro-Chancellor, I reaffirm our collective commitment to governance, anchored in accountability, transparency, and visionary leadership. The future of this university will not be accidental. It will be intentional. It will be the product of thoughtful planning, courageous decision-making, and collaborative effort. May this university continue to be a beacon of knowledge, forge of character, and a catalyst for societal transformation. Also, may our graduating students today go forth not merely as degree holders, but as ambassadors of excellence, integrity, and enlightened leadership. Congratulations to the graduating classes. Thank you, and God bless our university. Signed, Distinguished Senator Udoma, CON, Pro-Chancellor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the brass band. Thank you very much, Dr. Emmanuel Ekuwem, member of the Governing Council, presenting there the address of the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of the Governing Council. Thank you very much, Distinguished Senator Udoma, CON. Thank you. Please, before we continue, there's a very important announcement. And this announcement is for all the graduating students. Please, please. You have been told that you will get copies of the convocation brochure from your respective faculties. Every single student, if you listen to me, you'll get the information. Every single student that is deserving of a convocation brochure will have it. It has been provided. So there is absolutely no need to struggle over it. So please, when you are returning your gowns at your faculties, you will get it. We do not want any further disruption of this program by people who are struggling for the brochures. Please. Thank you very much for your cooperation. The brochures are there. You will get it, please. Let us continue with the ceremony. Thank you very much. The acting registrar, please.
Honorable visitor, Honorable visitor, Mr. Chancellor, sir, Your Excellencies, my Lord Spiritual and Temporal, Your Highnesses, special guests, honorable commissioners, members of the Governing Council and Senate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I now call upon the Vice-chancellor of Akwa Ibom State University, Professor Otto Abasi E. Akpan, to address the convocation. The Vice-chancellor, sir.
address by the Vice-chancellor of Akwa Ibom State University, distinguished Professor Otobase Tumakpan, on the 6th, 7th, and 8th combined convocation ceremony held on Saturday, 28th February 2026. Protocol, Your Excellency, Executive Governor of Akwa Ibom State and visitor to our university, Pastor Umar Basieno, PhD, hereby represented by Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State, the Secretary to the State Government, Honorable Commissioner for Education, members of Akwa Ibom State Executive Councils and other state executive councils, members of National Assembly and state legislatures, chairmen of local government areas in Akwa Ibom State here present, my Lord, the Chief Judge of Akwa Ibom State and other members of the judiciary, Your Excellencies, former governors of Akwa Ibom State here present, our respected Chancellor and Chairman of Convocation, visiting chancellors, pro-chancellors, and vice-chancellors, members of the diplomatic corps and other security chiefs, the Executive Secretary of National Universities Commission, former and present members of the Akwa Ibom State University Governing Council, former vice-chancellors and registrars here present, Deputy Vice-chancellors and other principal officers of Akwa Ibom State University, deans, directors, heads of department and unit coordinators, members of the University Senate and congregation, my lords, both spiritual and temporal, Your Royal Majesties and Highnesses, representatives of corporate organizations here present, my dear graduates and parents, our dear host communities, my dear staff and students of Akwa Ibom State University, members of the Convocation Planning Committee of Akwa Ibom State University, media executives and representatives, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is with profound joy and a deep sense of fulfillment that I welcome the visitor, chancellor, pro-chancellor, members of Senate, staff, students, parents, and distinguished guests to this historic 6th, 7th, and 8th combined convocation ceremony of our university. First of all, it is my pleasure to thank most profusely His Excellency and the visitor to the university, Pastor Umar Basieno, PhD, Executive Governor of Akwa Ibom State, for giving me the rare privilege to pilot the first of this prestigious university at this time. My administration will remain loyal to you and all in all ramifications the Arise agenda of the state under your watch, even as we shall extend the same loyalty to the federal government of Nigeria under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, so as to embrace wholeheartedly the renewed agenda of the central government. I deeply appreciate the Honorable Commissioner for Education, Professor Obong Esienomo, and all heads of ministries, departments, and agencies that we synergize with to achieve the twin agenda of both governments of Akwa Ibom State and that of the federal. This occasion provides us a valuable opportunity to celebrate the successful completion of academic programs by our graduates and to acknowledge the steadfast support of their families, mentors, and well-wishers. Convocation remains one of the most defining moments in the life of a university. It is an occasion that symbolizes the harvest of years of discipline, research. Despite the disruptions to academic calendars and global uncertainties, we demonstrated resilience, adaptability, and unwavering commitment to excellence. Through innovation, digital transformation, and the dedication of our staff and students, we sustain academic activities and continue to advance the frontiers of teaching, research, and community service. It is therefore gratifying that even in the post-COVID era, our efforts have received national and international recognition. In 2025, Akwa Ibom State was ranked the 23rd best university in Nigeria by the Times Higher Education National Ranking. Notably, the university emerged as the only state university from the South-South geopolitical zone to be listed among the top 25 institutions evaluated. Furthermore, our institution was named the best geoscience state university in Nigeria, following its outstanding performance as second runner-up in the 2024 Basin Evaluation Competition organized by the Nigerian Association of Petroleum Explorationists. These achievements underscore the growing academic reputation of our university, the quality of our teaching and research, and strength of our students' technical competence. These milestones attained in the face of global adversity reaffirm our collective resolve to position Akwa Ibom State University as a center of excellence, significantly increase our enrollment capacity. Consequently, our student population has expanded steadily and now stands at approximately 18,000 across our campuses. Our undergraduate programs continue to enjoy favorable accreditation status, reflecting the high standards we uphold in curriculum development, staffing infrastructure, and quality assurance. The consistent positive outcomes of accreditation exercises are clear evidence of our commitment to academic excellence and regulatory compliance. At the postgraduate level, we have also expanded our programs, offering in all disciplines in line with emerging academic trends and national development priorities. I'm also pleased to state that all our existing postgraduate programs have secured accreditation, full accreditation. In addition, proposals for new programs have been submitted. We are optimistic that more approvals and accreditation will be granted. This expansion will further strengthen our research base, deepen scholarly engagement, and enhance our contribution to knowledge production and professional advancement. In 2021, the university commenced the Joint University Preliminary Examination Board program at the Obiokpa campus to provide an alternative admission route for candidates who were unable to secure admission through the UTME. The one-year program equivalent to advanced level studies qualifies successful candidates for direct entry into 200 level in our university or any of our 70 participating universities nationwide. The university also received approval from the National Universities Commission to run about 16 part-time programs designed to enable working-class individuals to earn a degree while remaining employed. The program spans for 6 years as against 4 years in the normal undergraduate programs and maintains the same academic standards as the full-time mode. In addition, top-up and conversion programs have been introduced in the university. The top-up option allows HND holders to upgrade to a bachelor's degree, while the conversion programs enable graduates to transition into new academic programs. These initiatives reflect our commitment to expanding access, promoting flexibility, and maintaining high academic standards. Establishment of research centers and institutes. In my first address to the Senate of the University on August 13, 2025, I informed members of my mission statement in the following words. My mission statement is to design and implement an innovative research strategy to facilitate the development of a research-centric university as a world-class center of manpower training and development. To achieve the mission statement, on that very day I established 19 research centers, and 9 research institutes, all to add value to research and the university mandate, and as permitted by Section 9 of the law of Akwa Ibom State University. Therefore, as of today, the university has all of these centers. Once we clear with some eminent families and personalities in the state, we shall name all these research centers and institutes after them. Already we have had clearance from 3 families and associates of 3 personalities to name the centers after them. This is Young Asian Center for Local Government and Chieftaincy Studies, Gospel Akwa Center for Leadership and Democratic Studies, and Omoyana Center for Hospitality Management and Tourism. Some suggested names for these centers to be named after include Wellington Basi, Philip Fiona Brown, Christiana Esieni Bukwe, Professor Sunday Peters, Professor Kunuyas, and so on. During the convocation lecture, Professor Nentawe Goshe Yilwada inspired us to establish Emerging Technology Research Center, Marine and Energy Analytics Research Center, Digital Infrastructure and High Performance Computing Center, and centers for marine and energy sectors. Fortunately, we have already established since August 2025 some of the centers that we propose for us, as they can be seen from the list of our centers. But as a matter of fact, we shall establish, as he had opined, an Emerging Technology Center Research, ETRC. Research, innovation, and collaborations. In line with our vision of becoming a center of excellence, we have intensified efforts in research and innovation. The university has supported multidisciplinary research initiatives addressing local and national challenges, including food security, climate resilience, public health, marine studies, and digital transformation. In 2021, the university strengthened its research profile through strategic collaborations with industry and international institutions. We entered into a 3-year sponsored research agreement with Frontier Energy Limited under the Nigerian Content Development Initiative, aimed at utilizing local expertise to address practical challenges within the oil and gas industry. In addition, we concluded research collaboration with Oriental Energy Resources, focusing on business analysis and formation evaluation studies in the Niger Delta, further strengthening our contribution to industry-driven research and technical innovation. Beyond the energy sector, the university partnered with OCP Africa to support agricultural research, including the installation of screen houses, donation of textbook and scholarship awards for 25 students in the Faculty of Agriculture. Internationally, we sustain our collaboration with South China Sea Institute of Oceanology, Chinese Academy of Sciences in areas such as marine biology and oceanography. Again, we have successfully partnered with National Space Research Development Agency, NASRA, to install seismic monitoring infrastructure, enhancing Nigeria's global navigation satellite system capabilities, and this demonstrates the university's commitment to cutting-edge research and national development. Furthermore, we've partnered with Peace Eye, a global research platform from Austria, to train smallholders farmers, improve agricultural practices, and address challenges such as farmer-header conflicts and oil spill impacts. The collaboration also includes staff and student exchange programs with European universities, building on past successful partnerships with organizations like OCP Africa and Solidaridad. This initiative reinforces the university's commitment to research that drives practical solutions and sustainable development. In May 2026, the Akwa Ibom State University shall host the ambassador of Sweden to Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, and ECOWAS, Her Excellency Anna Westerlund, Our team made up of Trade Commissioner, Country Manager Malena Haga, and Chief Executive Officers of Swedish companies in Nigeria. This meeting is called CEO Business Meeting, otherwise known as Business Sweden. I opted to host the group after a fruitful meeting with the ambassador and the team on February 18, 2026 in Lagos. The partnership with the embassy and the group promises deep engagement for exchange programs for our students and staff, opportunities of industrial attachment for students, establishment of selected business in the Akwa Ibom State University, and opportunities for collaborative research and training of staff in Swedish universities and institutes. Infrastructure and campus development. Infrastructure development has remained a central priority of this administration. Within the period under review, the university successfully completed 2.38 kilometers of internal road linking the main campus to the takeoff campus. This has significantly improved mobility and laid a solid foundation for ongoing development of the permanent site. Complementing this effort, solar power street lights have been installed along the routes, thereby enhancing security and accessibility both day and night. Furthermore, the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, 8th Fund, and the Federal Ministry of Education Needs Assessment Intervention have made substantial contributions to the university infrastructural growth. These include the construction of faculties of biological sciences, physical sciences, imaging, engineering, management sciences, as well as agricultural laboratories and classrooms, administrative buildings, both at the permanent site and the Obiokpa campus. Additional projects include a 500-seat lecture theater, a postgraduate administrative block, a 400-lecture theater, all at the permanent site, are now fully operational. In our commitment to providing a safe, affordable, and conducive living environment for our students, 8th Fund, in collaboration with Africa Plus Partners Nigeria Limited, has constructed 2 blocks of fully in-suite hostels with ancillary facilities, providing a total of 1,600 bed spaces. The university has also benefited from several notable donations. These include a fully furnished hostel with 116 in-suite rooms donated by the Desicon Group of Companies, the construction of an entrepreneurial center by the chairman of Amecon Global Limited, and the donation of 50 computer e-library and a 6-classroom block at the Obiokpa campus by Honorable Unyeme Idem, among others. In addition, to address the absence of banking facilities within the university environment, Axo Microfinance Bank was established. The bank has significantly improved access to financial services, encouraged savings, and provided soft loans to staff, students, and members of the host community. We acknowledge with deep appreciation the unwavering support of the Executive Secretary and Chairman Board of Trustees of 8th Fund for their commitment to higher education, which continues to make these achievements possible. In addition to the above, the university established an endowment fund where 10% of its earnings shall be lodged for the development of the university. On February 19, 2026, the Grace Ifyong Osung Foundation, through its chairman, Engineer Elvis Osung, donated the sum of 10 million naira only to boost the endowment. The foundation also donated the sum of 500,000 naira only to the university to encourage our best graduating students in various disciplines. The awards were instituted in perpetuity. Convocation lecture and donation for research. On February 26, 2026, the university had a convocation lecture with the title, Leveraging Emerging Technology to Enhance University Education and National Development, which was ably delivered by Professor Nentawe Gilwata, the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, APC. The lecture was intellectually stimulating and socially engaging. The university community literally drank from the fount of knowledge of the professor, whose excellence in presentation and the display of his fertile mind were acknowledged and appreciated by all. The ideas canvassed were food for thought for the university. While the lecture was going on, the professor paused and donated the sum of 100 million naira to Akwa Ibom State University for research in emerging technology, especially in artificial intelligence. He also promised to add more to the amount in the nearest future. I must use this opportunity to thank the convocation lecturer abundantly for adding value to teaching, research, and community development of our great university. I hereby place before the witnesses to this convocation that the university will use the money for the purpose that they were meant, and will surpass the expectation of the erudite professor in order to benefit from such generosity in the future. I must thank the governor of Akwa Ibom State, His Excellency Pastor Omar Basieno, PhD, for facilitating in all directions the needs of the university and the convocation lecturer, which made everything seamless and ultimately productive. Establishment and naming of squares and roads in the university for personalities. The university has established 5 squares that will be the centers of excellence and signatures of eyes in the university, as it is a practice in the Euro-American universities. It has also named some of its roads after some personalities in the state whose contributions to the development of the university have been sufficiently acknowledged. In the physical plan of the university, there is a spot for College Square, which when fully developed, will be the arena for open space events in the institution. Following from this, there was need to establish more squares and name them after great personalities. The other squares are for Professor Sunday Peters. The other squares are Professor Sunday Peters Square, named after the first Vice-chancellor of Akwa Ibom State University. And it is in the region that he developed the university to start the first set of academic programs. Professor Enoibanga Square, located in the region that he builds a 4-story building as administrative block of the university from internally generated revenue. Governor Godswill Akpabio Square, located at the main campus of the university in the region, hosting postgraduate school, Senate chambers, and auditorium. The Patience Umano Square, located in the region directly opposite the College Square and Senator Odoroma Square, flanking the Patience Umano Square. Godswill Akpabio established Akwa Ibom State University, and he is an alumnus of this university. Patience Umano, through her foundation, the Golden Initiative for All Giver, impacted on the women of the university, both staff and students, through the Akwa Ibom State University Women Association, AXOWA. Her demise brought sorrows to these women, and in order to console them permanently, the Senate of Akwa Ibom State University endorsed the proposal of the naming of the square after her. Distinguished Senator Odoroma was the 4th Pro-chancellor of the university, and during his tenure, he attracted physical infrastructure to the university worth about 4 billion naira. And for this, the Senate accepted the proposal to name the square after him. The squares were built for inauguration by His Excellency Pastor Omoeno during this convocation ceremony. As a matter of fact, these squares will be exceptionally developed through the efforts of the beneficiaries, their families, friends, associates, and business partners of the university for the university. It is worth noting here that the governor of Akwa Ibom State reappointed Senator Odoroma as the next Pro-chancellor of Akwa Ibom State University, whose tenure begins in February 2026. We have every reason to believe that the distinguished professor will repeat his generosity to Akwa Ibom State University during his second tenure as Pro-chancellor of the university. On behalf of the university, I thank him in advance for assessing multiple facilities for the development of the university. For the roads, the Senate named the longest trails constructed by Pastor Omar Eno, and named after him as Governor Umoino Avenue. The road passes through 3 squares, namely College Square, Governor Pabio Square, and Patience Umoino Square. The other ones are Professor Nsesian Bypass, named after my immediate predecessor, Professor Isio Oboro and Professor Itaiwa Oboro Way, named after former vice-chancellors who made resourceful contributions to the development of the university. Staff welfare. On assumption of office, I made a promise to take the issues of staff welfare very seriously. We know what can motivate a man or woman to give his or her base to any organization or institution. And believe me, I shall endeavor to give the staff the burst within available resources. As a matter of fact, nobody shall be left behind, especially in matters pertaining to promotion. We shall seek to have a lump sum set aside for welfare of staff in many areas. For one, we intend to be off-takers of some agricultural products, which we shall distribute at subsidized rate to staff. This implies that we shall fund the university's commercial farm adequately so as to have the capacity to produce what we need for staff and sell the remaining ones to the society in order to promote the arrest agenda of the state, especially the aspect relating to food security. Meanwhile, as the university has about 500 housing units of 2-bedroom flat each at Mbarenin and 14 at Ona, but almost all are in dilapidated conditions. We intend to renovate all to modern standards to accommodate staff. This effort will give us readily about 64 housing units. Student welfare. There are 2 sayings in the university system about relationship with students. The first is that students own the university. Otherwise, we will have what we call university as research centers. And the second is that what is not good for the student is not good for the university. Following from these sayings, I have sensitized all staff to take contract between them and the students seriously. As our children, they need our understanding and care. This implies that we should not miss our classes and should rather be dutiful to our roles. And I attempt to provide congenial atmosphere for our students and get them to socialize in credible ways as alternative to cultism. We've established a number of clubs that have asked each student to belong to at least one of them. Basketball club, volleyball club, badminton club, tennis club, snooker, bicycle, chess club, Scrabble, cinema club, Rotary club, Lions club, football club, cricket club, golf club, swimming club, literary club, press club. It is hoped that this club will engage the students more and make them total human beings on the one hand, and on the other hand shall make them to distance themselves from cult groups and other social vices. Facilities to operate these clubs will be developed in the university as well. Membership of these groups will make students to develop leadership and statesmanship qualities. As a patron of the cycling club, I donated a dozen bicycles to the club, and I hereby have the honor to invite public-spirited persons across the world to aid us with relevant facilities to make our students benefit from sporting activities. The 6th, 7th, and 8th combined convocation. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the 6th convocation is for students who completed academic programs in the 2018 and 2019 session. The 7th convocation is for those who completed their programs in the 2019-2020 session, while the 8th convocation is for students who completed their programs in the 2020-2021 session. In the 2028-2029 academic session, a total of 1,133 graduates successfully completed their programs. The breakdown is as follows. First class honors, 29, Second class upper division 345, second class lower division 561, third class 188 and pass 10. For the 2019-2020 academic session, a total of 1,285 graduates successfully completed their programs. The breakdown is as follows. First class 28, second class upper division 307, second class lower division 738, third class 206, and pass 6. In the 2020-21 academic program session, a total of 1,418 graduates successfully completed their programs. The breakdown is as follows. First class 89, second class upper division 456, second class lower division 751, third class 213, and pass 2. For postgraduate, PG, postgraduate diploma 26, master's program 34. The best graduating student in the 2018-29 session is Ibiekwe Alison Michael of the Department of Chemistry with a CGPA of 4.990. The best graduating student in the 2019-2020 session is AK Victor Obinna of the Department of Chemical / Petrochemical Engineering with a CGPA of 4.90. While the best graduating student in the 2020-2021 session is Joseph Israeli May of the Department of Marine Engineering with a CGPA of 4.92. In all, a total of 3,836 graduates are convoking today, with 96 of them coming out with first-class honors. Congratulations to graduates. Today, we gather to celebrate a momentous milestone in the academic journey of our graduates, the conferment of first degrees and the presentation of prizes and honors. Among you are those who have graduated with first class, setting an extraordinary benchmark of excellence for your peers to emulate. To all graduates, irrespective of our class of degree, take heed that it is your character, unwavering integrity, and commitment to lifelong learning that will ultimately define the trajectory and impact of your lives. As proud ambassadors of Akwa Ibom State University, you are trusted with the responsibility of embodying and projecting the core values of our institution's excellence, accountability, innovation, service in every sphere of your personal and professional endeavors. That the actions, decisions, and contributions to society reflect the rigorous training, moral grounding, and intellectual formation you have received within these walls. Remember, your degrees are not merely certificates, they are a call to leadership, mandate for societal transformation, and a commitment to advancing knowledge and human development wherever you go. Award of honorary degrees. By the guidelines of the award of honorary degrees as provided by the 27th Conference of the Association of Vice-chancellors of Nigerian Universities, held at Nasarawa State University, KEFI, otherwise known as the KEFI Declaration, and by the provisions of the National Universities Commission Regulation on the matter, in 2025, the honorary degree, a non-end doctoral degree of honoris causa, shall be awarded to acknowledge distinguished merit or outstanding public service, scholarly impact, creative achievement, or significant contributions that reflect the values and mission of the awarding university. We shall not award more than 3 of such in a single convocation. The principal officers of the university and the Senate accepted the basis of these guidelines, but limited the number to 2 for each convocation. For these 3 convocations, we are awarding 6 meritorious citizens of Nigeria, namely Professor Elizabeth Bukiba, Elder Ubong Abo, Chief Effiong Fiak Pure, Dr. Victor Ukun, Mrs. Nemes Basi, and His Sanctum Churchill Udo. Our citations of the awardees will reveal these phenomenal personalities and citizens of Nigeria have impacted seriously on Nigerians and the Nigerian society. Challenges and appeal for support. As an institution of higher learning in the Nigerian environment, we have lots of challenges. Fortunately for us, our father and visitor to the university, Pastor Mobasi PhD, had asked me to present our desires before the convocation, which I instantly did. Our prayer now is that the visitor will respond positively to all the demands, but may I have the honor to add a few ones, and there are just 5. 1, we have 64 housing units that are all in dilapidated condition, 50 in Bahrain local government area and 14 in Ona. We shall be extremely happy if the state government will renovate some or all of these structures for the use of staff. 2, all of our research centers and institutes need take-off grants of about 10 million naira each. The research results of these centers and institutes will show up the image of Akwa Ibom State University and that of Akwa Ibom State government. For example, oil and gas were first mined in Africa in 1953 in Bahrain local government area, and both the Akwa Ibom State University and the government of Akwa Ibom State should be deeply interested in research in this area. 3, Akwa Ibom State is a maritime state and therefore its marine, maritime and blue economy properties should be the foci of the university and the state government. These properties are the sources of the future economy of the state. For Akwa Ibom State is an agricultural state, and its agricultural endeavors are experiencing downtown. Therefore, efforts must be made to engage in research in agricultural areas in order to sustain food security at all times and to beautify the ideals of the RISE agenda, especially the aspect of agricultural revolution. 5, that His Excellency our dear visitor should kindly dedicate 2 CNG buses for the conveying of AXU staff from Uyo to Korok-Baden. Even as we have asked the state government to solve these challenges for us, we hereby invite investors, philanthropists, captains of industries, multinational companies, public-spirited men and women, non-state actors and international bodies to partner with us as well. Appreciation. I wish to express my profound gratitude to His Excellency, Pastor Mo Bashi Eno, PhD, Executive Governor of Akwa Ibom State, for his unwavering support and visionary leadership, which have been instrumental in the attainment of these milestones. I also extend heartfelt appreciation to our immediate past Vice-chancellor, Professor Onsesian, for his roles in the evolution of the university. I equally appreciate all respected statesmen, stakeholders, captains of industries, and royal fathers. Most especially, I appreciate our entire academic and non-teaching staff, members of our great Nigerian students, and the entire university community for their commitment and diligence, as well as the host communities for their continued peaceful coexistence and support. To the parents and guardians, I am grateful for entrusting us with the education of your children and for your steadfast encouragement. Above all, we have acknowledged the grace of God, which has sustained our institution through both challenging and triumphant seasons, guiding us to these moments of collective celebrations and achievement. Conclusion. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the journey of Akwa Ibom State University continues with renewed vision and determination. The future holds greater opportunities for growth in research, innovation, infrastructure, and global partnerships. Together, we shall consolidate our gains and elevate this university to even greater heights. To our graduates, go forth with confidence, build, lead, innovate, and serve. Let your light shine wherever you find yourselves. Thank you, and may God bless you all as you journey back to your various destinations. Thank you very much.
Honorable Visitor, Mr. Chancellor, sir, Your Excellencies, my Lord Spiritual and Temporal, Your Highnesses, special guests, honorable commissioners, members of the Governing Council, and Senate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to invite heads of all the higher institutions here present to present their goodwill messages. I want to begin by inviting the Vice-chancellor, University of Uyo, Professor Samuel Odewumi, to please step up to present his goodwill message. Welcome, sir.
Yeah. It's a long program. Therefore, I will do our Nigerian ethics of standing by a well-established protocol. And on behalf of the Governing Council of my university, chaired by Dr. Muiz Banire, and the Senate, the students and the staff, I congratulate the Vice-Chancellor and his entire crew, and indeed the entire state, for this combined convocation. Because whenever you have a combined convocation, it means peace is returning, stability is returning. So I wish you more progress and development. Thank you very much. I present my scroll of goodwill. The registrar. Thank you. It's a long story there, so I think to be in the library. Thank you very much.
I invite the Vice-Chancellor, Federal University of Technology, Ikotabasi, Professor Leo Daniel. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. On behalf of the Governing Council of the Federal University of Technology, the management, and all the students, staff of the Federal University of Technology, I now present the goodwill. Thank you. The goodwill is as long as you can think. Thank you.
It's It's my pleasure to invite the Vice-chancellor, Risman University, Professor Akanbi Williams.
And so, on behalf of my visitor here seated, distinguished Senator Emmanuel Iboresian, our Board of Trustees, our Chancellor, our Governing Council, the management and Senate of Redman University, and our students, I want to say a big congratulations, congratulations, congratulations as I present the scroll.
I invite the Vice-Chancellor, Top Faith University in Patak, Professor Patrick Ebewo, and also invite Director, Dakada Skills Acquisition Center, Professor Honorary Musoro, to step up together.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Top Faith University, on behalf of the management, on behalf of the Governing Council, on behalf of the staff and students of Top Faith University, I say congratulations to the Registrar, to the Vice-Chancellor, and here is our scroll. Thank you.
And now we invite Professor Honorary Musoro, Rector, Dakada Skill Acquisition Center.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency here present, permit us to adhere to the established protocol. Dakada Skills Acquisition Center, staff and management, and the trainees of that unique institution here congratulate Akwa Ibom State University on this great achievement. It's a landmark achievement. Listening to the Vice-Chancellor and all that has been achieved, they are very, very commendable. Dakada Skills Acquisition, by the acronym DASAC, is quite a unique, different institution that cuts across the different tiers of the academia. And so we build on skills, we develop skills, we impact lives through skills. And so today, we congratulate you on this skill of convocation. Congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am. Can we please give all the heads of institutions a round of applause for the goodwill messages they have presented to Akwa Ibom State University. Thank you. We now get into the next item, which is admission to first degrees. Chancellor, sir, I now call upon the deans of the following faculties to present their students who have satisfied the requirements prescribed by the Senate of the Akwa Ibom State University and who have been found worthy both in character and in learning to be admitted into first degrees of the university. I call upon Dean, Faculty of Agriculture, Professor Mrs. Jimaimati Ekarim to please step forward. I call on Acting Dean, Faculty of Arts, Dr. Okon Yu Jacob to please step forward. Dean, Faculty of Biological Sciences, Professor Sunday M. Sam, Acting Dean, Faculty of Education, Dr. Nkoyo A. Thomas, Acting Dean, Faculty of Engineering, Dr. Ololade Olatunyi, Dean, Faculty of Management Sciences, Professor Akwa Ibom, Dean, Faculty of Physical Sciences, Professor Anthony Usoro, Acting Dean, Faculty of Social Sciences, Dr. Monday E. Dixon. I now start with the Dean, Faculty of Agriculture, Professor Mrs. Jemima Ekane.
Thank you. Will all the graduates of the Faculty of Agriculture please stand? Chancellor, sir, in the name of the Faculty of Agriculture and by the authority of Senate, I present the following graduates whose names appear on the list hereinafter, those present and those absent for whom I stand proxy, who have been found worthy in character and in learning to be admitted to the degrees of Bachelor of Agriculture of Akwa Ibom State University.
Someone will take the mic. Okay. I invite the Dean, Faculty of Arts.
Chancellor, sir, in the name of the Faculty of Arts and by the authority of Senate, I present the graduates whose names appear on the list hereinafter, those present and those absent for whom I stand proxy, who have been found worthy, both in character and in learning, to be admitted to the degrees of Bachelor of Arts of Akwa Ibom State University.
Thank you, sir. I invite the Dean, Faculty of Biological Sciences.
Will all the graduates of the Faculty of Biological Sciences please stand? Chancellor, sir, in the name of the Faculty of Biological Sciences and by the authority of Senate, I present the graduates whose names appear on the list hereinafter, those present and those absent, for whom I stand proxy, who have been found worthy, both in character and in learning, to be admitted to the degrees of Bachelor of Science of Akwa Ibom State University.
Thank you, sir. I want to invite also the Acting Dean, Faculty of Education.
Will all the graduates of the Faculty of Education please stand? Chancellor, sir, in the name of the Faculty of Education and by the authority of Senate, I present the graduates whose names appear on the list here hereinafter, those present and those absent for whom I stand proxy, who have been found worthy, both in character and in learning, to be admitted to the degrees of Bachelor of Science Education of Akwa Ibom State University.
I invite the Acting Dean, Faculty of Engineering.
Will all the graduates of the Faculty of Engineering please stand? Chancellor, sir, in the name of the Faculty of Engineering and by the authority of the Senate, I present the graduates whose names appear on the list hereinafter, those present and those absent, for whom I stand proxy, who have been found worthy, both in character and in learning, to be admitted to the degrees of the Bachelor of Engineering of Akwa Ibom State University.
I invite the Dean, Faculty of Management Sciences.
Will all the graduates of the Faculty of Management Sciences please stand? Chancellor, sir, in the name of the Faculty of Management Sciences and by the authority of Senate, I present the graduates whose names appear on the list hereinafter, those present and those absent, for whom I stand proxy, who have been found worthy, both in characters and in learning, to be admitted to the degrees of Bachelor of Science of Akwa Ibom State University.
Before I invite the Dean, Faculty of Physical Sciences, permit me to invite the Dean, School of Postgraduate Studies, Professor Idon Isaac, to please come forward. Thank you. I invite the Dean, Faculty of Physical Sciences, to please present his graduates.
Will all the graduates of the Faculty of Physical Sciences please stand? Chancellor, sir, in the name of the Faculty of Physical Sciences and by the authority of Senate, I present the graduates whose names appear on the list hereafter, those present and those absent, for whom I stand proxy, who have been found worthy, both in character and in learning, to be admitted to the degrees of Bachelor of Science, Akwa Ibom State University. I so present.
I will invite the Dean, School of Postgraduate Studies, to please present the Social Sciences. Oh, I'm sorry, please. The Dean, Faculty of Social Sciences. Sorry, sir.
Will all the graduates of the Faculty of Social Sciences please stand? Chancellor, sir, in the name of the Faculty of Social Sciences and by the authority of Senate, I present the graduates whose names appear on the list hereinafter, those present and those absent, for whom I stand proxy, who have been found worthy, both in character and learning, to be admitted to the degrees of Bachelor of Science of Akwa Ibom State University.
Chancellor, sir, this is the first time we are going to present graduates of higher degrees in the university. And so I call on the Dean, School of Postgraduate Studies, to present graduates of postgraduate diploma for admission.
Will all the graduates for the postgraduate diplomas please stand and remain standing? Chancellor, sir, in the name of the School of Postgraduate Studies and by the authority of Senate, I present to you the following graduates whose names appear on the list hereinafter, those present and those unavoidably absent, and for whom I stand proxy, who have been found worthy both in character and in learning, to to receive the postgraduate diplomas of this university.
I also invite again the Dean School of Postgraduate Studies to present graduates of master's degrees of Akwa Ibom State University.
Will the graduates for the master's degrees please stand and remain standing? Chancellor, sir, in the name of the School of Postgraduate Studies and by the authority of Senate, I present to you the following graduates whose names appear on the list hereinafter to be conferred with master's degrees, those present and those unavoidably absent, and for whom I stand proxy, who have been found worthy both in character and in learning to receive the master's degrees of this university.
We wish to request all graduates of Akwa Ibom State University to please stand and remain standing. Please stand and remain standing. I will invite the Chancellor of Akwa Ibom State University to please admit these graduates.
Thank you very much. The registrar, by the authority vested in me as the Chancellor of this great university, I have the singular responsibility to admit students in these various departments with the following degrees: Bachelor of Agriculture of Akwa Ibom State University, degree of Bachelor of Arts of Akwa Ibom State University, the degree of the Bachelor of Science of the Akwa Ibom State University, the Bachelor of Science Education of Akwa Ibom State University, the degrees of Bachelor of Engineering of Akwa Ibom State University. Thank you.
Please, can we put our hands together for them?
I invite the Chancellor to please admit the postgraduate graduates of Akwa Ibom State University, postgraduate diplomas and master's degrees.
By the authority vested in me as the Chancellor of this great university, I hereby admit the students of the postgraduate diplomas, master's degree in their various disciplines. I so admit.
Can we please put our hands together for them? Thank you.
The deans can now return to their seats, please. I call on the alumni president of Akwa Ibom State University to lead graduates on the oath of allegiance to the alumni.
Please, can all the graduates be up and standing? You put your name. I, Uwangfo Michael, do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Akwa Ibom State University Alumni Association. That I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Akwa Ibom State University Alumni Association. That I will keep alive the ideals of the association as enshrined in its motto, and that I will promote the good of the association at all times. So help me God.
Thank you. You may please resume your seats. Conferment of higher degrees, or of honorary degrees. Honorable Visitor, Chancellor, sir, Your Excellencies, my Lord Spiritual and Temporal, Your Highnesses, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Senate of Akwa Ibom State University has resolved that the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa be conferred on Professor Elizabeth Ebukiba. I now call on the orator of the university, Professor Edna A. Akpan, to present the honorary graduate.
On Professor Elizabeth Samuel Ebukiba to please step forward. Citation of Professor Elizabeth Samuel Ebukiba. Professor Elizabeth Samuel Ebukiba is a highly accomplished scholar, administrator, and development economist whose career exemplifies excellence in teaching, research, academic leadership, and national development service. A professor of agricultural economics at the University of Abuja. She has served the university since 2010, contributing significantly to undergraduate and postgraduate training, curriculum development, and institutional governance. She holds a PhD, MSc, and B.Agric in agricultural economics, and possesses extensive expertise in agricultural policy, agribusiness management, development economics,
environmental economics, and econometric analysis. Professor Ebukiba has supervised a large number of PGD, Masters, and PhD candidates and has served as an external examiner to several Nigerian universities. Within the University of Abuja, she has held notable leadership positions, including Head of Department, Deputy Director, Institute of Legislative Studies, Postgraduate Coordinator, and Coordinator, Center for Distance Learning, Agricultural Economics, while also serving on key statutory committees. Beyond academics, she's a respected consultant to government and international development partners, including the World Bank, African Development Bank, UNDP, IFAD, and the Central Bank of Nigeria, contributing to the agricultural project evaluation, food security, poverty reduction, and rural development initiatives. Professor Ebukiba is a prolific scholar with over 50 peer-reviewed publications, 67 Google Scholar citations, an H-index of 8, and an I-10 index of 34. Her enduring contributions to scholarship, policy-relevant research, and capacity building strongly commend her for the award of an honorary doctorate.
Can we please put our hands together for Professor Ebukiba? Thank you.
I want to now call on our amiable Vice-chancellor to please step forward and decorate Professor Elizabeth Samuel Ebukiba.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Vice-Chancellor of Akwa Ibom State University, Professor Otoba Siakwan, will come forward to decorate the first of the recipients of these honorary degrees, Professor Elizabeth Samuel Ebukiba.
I have the honor to call on the Chancellor to confer on Professor Ebukiba the honor of honorary degree of honoris causa.
By the authority vested in me as the Chancellor and in the name of the Senate, I confer on you the degree of Doctor of Science, DSc, honoris causa of Akwa Ibom State University. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please put our hands together for Professor Elizabeth Samuel Ebukiba, conferred with the honorary degree of Doctor of Science of the Akwa Ibom State University, Thank you very much. She has a handshake, of course, with the Vice-chancellor. On her way to her seat, she'll pass through where the Chancellor is and also get a handshake from the Chancellor of the university. Ladies and gentlemen, I think she deserves another round of applause. Please put your hands together for her as she comes up here. Thank you very much. Coming straight to receive her congratulatory handshake from the Chancellor of the Akwa Ibom State University himself, the Akwa Ibom, the President General of the Traditional Institution here in Akwa Ibom State. Thank you very much, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. There she is, being congratulated by the Chancellor. Please put your hands together for Professor Ebogiba one more time as she returns to her seat. Thank you very much. Registrar, please.
Honorable Visitor, Chancellor, sir, Your Excellencies, my Lord Spiritual and Temporal, Your Highnesses, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the citizens of Akwa Ibom State University has resolved that the degree of Doctor of Business Administration, DBA, Honoris Causa, be conferred on Mr. Ubong Obut. I now call on the University Orator, Professor Edna Akpan, to present the honorary graduate. Orator, please.
Thank you. Elder Ubong Basiobot, please, can you step forward? Elder Ubong Basiobot is ably represented by Pastor Leons. Okay. Elder Ubong Basiobot is a renowned Nigerian entrepreneur, industrialist, and philanthropist whose life and career exemplifies resilience, ethical leadership, and sustained contribution to economic development and social transformation. He is Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Ubotex Limited, a foremost building materials distribution conglomerate with operations across several states of the Federation. Beyond commerce, Elder Ubot is a committed philanthropist and community leader. His extensive corporate social responsibility initiatives include financial support for women, widows, and the less privileged, payment of medical bills for indigent persons, provision of scholarships for students of tertiary institutions, and the donation of a 40-bed cottage hospital to the Apostolic Church, Nigeria, in Ikot, Akmaban. He has also contributed significantly to the construction and development of worship centers and community infrastructure across Akwa Ibom State. Through his entrepreneurial success, mentorship of emerging business leaders, and unwavering commitment to human capital development and community welfare, Elder Ubong Basiobot has made enduring contributions to Nigeria's socio-economic development and is eminently deserving of recognition through the award of an honorary doctorate. I wish to call on our amiable Vice-Chancellor to please step forward and decorate the awardee.
On behalf of the principal officers of the University Senate, members of the university community, I have given the apparatus for this degree to the person who stands as proxy for him. Regardless, I call on the Chancellor to pronounce Ubong Abud as Honorary Doctor, Honoris Causa of this university.
By the authority vested in me as the Chancellor, and in the name of the Senate, I confer on you the degree of Doctor of Business Administration, Honoris Causa, of Akwa Ibom State University. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Presented to Elder Ubong Obot, popularly known as Ubotex. By his citation, that gentleman has provided jobs for over 1,500 people over the past 20 years. Honored here by the university with a doctorate degree in business administration. And of course, the paraphernalia of the conferment of the honorary degree received here on his behalf. Can we please put our hands together for him one more time, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you very much. Registrar, please.
Honorable Visitor, Chancellor, sir, Your Excellencies, my Lord Spiritual and Temporal, Your Highnesses, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Senate of Akwa Ibom State University has resolved that the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, LHD, honoris causa, be conferred on Ms. Inemesit Bassi. I now call on the University Orator, Professor Edna Akpan, to present the honorary graduate.
I humbly called on Inemesit Sunday Bassi to please step forward. Citation of Inemesit Sunday Bassi. She was born on 9th April 2000 in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. She is a visionary entrepreneur, real estate and construction executive, and the founder and chief executive of Nemterra Developers. A native of Abaukbum, in Obodokara local government area. She began her education at Covenant Academy Nursery and Primary School, graduating in 2009, and proceeded to the Nigerian Christian Institute, where she held several leadership positions, demonstrating early her ability to inspire, organize, and lead. Inemesit holds a bachelor's degree in marine biology from a reputable university, Akwa Ibom State University. Remarkably, in her second year at the university, she contested and won the election to serve as worldwide vice president of the National Association of Obodokara Students Worldwide, becoming the youngest and only female executive in office. This achievement highlighted her exceptional leadership potential, courage, and ability to excel in male-dominated spaces, while laying a foundation for her lifelong commitment to service, excellence, and community impact. Following her graduation, Inemesit began her professional career in real estate at Project 45 Properties as a sales executive. Within just 1 month, her outstanding performance, strategic mindset, and discipline earned her promotion to business development manager, demonstrating early professional excellence and result-oriented leadership. In 2024, she transitioned fully into real estate development, co-developing 2 estates, and in 2025, she founded Nemterra Developers, a full-scale real estate development and construction company dedicated to delivering secure, premium, and high-return property solutions. Within 11 months of operation, Nemterra Developers has achieved remarkable success, including the launch of 5 strategically located estates, completion of multiple residential and commercial projects, and the establishment of a reputation for transparency, reliability, and exceptional execution. The company serves a growing corporate client base, including esteemed institutions such as the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, underscoring its operational capacity, professionalism, and high standard delivery. Guided by principles of focus, integrity, and excellence, Inemeset leads Nemterra Developers with clarity, vision, and strategic foresight, driving sustainable housing solutions, fostering long-term value, and contributing meaningfully to Nigeria's economy and social development. In recognition of her outstanding contributions to entrepreneurship, real estate development, and societal advancement, and I would also like to add, as a role model for a girl child that has metamorphosed to a woman. Congratulations. I now call on my Vice-chancellor, sir, to please step forward and decorate the awardee.
Lincoln.
Yes, thank you very much. I have the honor to call on the Chancellor to confer on the Honorary, Dr. Honorary Kosa of this university.
By the authority vested in me as the Chancellor, and in the name of the Senate, I confer on her the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, or Kosa, of Akwa Ibom State University. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Can we please put our hands together for her? She comes forward. Of course, she'll come and take the congratulatory handshake from the Chancellor of the
That's
university.
an alumnus of Akwa Ibom State University, a challenge to those who have our graduates today.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Honorable visitor.
Please, can we put our hands together for her one more time, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you very much. Thank you.
Chancellor, sir. Your Excellencies, my Lord Spiritual and Temporal, Your Highnesses, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Senate of Akwa Ibom State University has resolved that the degree of Doctor of Education and Innovation, EDDI, honoris causa, be conferred on Obong Churchill Udo. I now call on the University Orator, Professor Edna Akpan, to present the honorary graduate. Orator, ma'am.
I humbly call on Obong Churchill Tom Udo to please step forward. Citation of Obong Churchill Tom Udo, a native of Ibom local government area of Akwa Ibom State. Born March 17, 1967, he attended Samuel Bill College, Abak, where he obtained his West African School certificate, and he holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Banking and Finance from University of Uyo, as well as Master of Business Administration from University of Calabar in 1990 and 2000 respectively. He had a superlative banking career spanning over 15 years, where he rose from the position of management trainee to the senior manager before his retirement. His career commenced as operations and retail banking executive assistant in Zenith Bank PLC in 1992 and rose through the ranks to the department at the level of assistant manager in marketing in the year 2000. He moved to corporate banking in Defcom Bank Limited as a manager from 2002 before joining Fidelity Bank same year as regional manager for Ikeja Commercial Zone, and eventually retired in April 2007 as group head, non-bank financial institutions investment division. His core area of specialization is asset and human capital management and optimization. Isantam Churchill Udo is the current chairman of Governing Council, Dakada Skills Acquisition Center in Ibom local government area. DASAC is a frontier vocational institute solely owned by Akwa Ibom State. He is the founder and group managing director of Westgate Business Group, where he drives enterprise strategy, concept, and implementation across the various segments of its business chain as the Chief Executive Officer. The Westgate Group is fully integrated business chain with interest in diverse sectors of Nigerian economy. The areas of investment include Westgate Life Care, owners and operators of the Westgate malls, Westgate Pharmacy, Westgate Urban Renewal and Construction, as well as Westgate Global Trust that was engaged by Akwa Ibom State government for conceptualization, remodeling, and repositioning of the Government Technical College to Dakada Skills Acquisition Center. He is a Platinum Fellow of the National Association of Technology Engineers, as well as Fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Builders. He is a great family man, philanthropist, and holds the traditional title of Isantam Ibom. I humbly call on my Vice-chancellor, sir, to please step forward and decorate the awardee.
I have the honor to call on the Chancellor of this university to confer the award of Honorary Doctorate degree of Honorary Causa on Isantam Churchill.
By the authority vested in me as the Chancellor, and in the name of the Senate, I confer on you the degree of Doctor of Education and Innovation, Honoris Causa of Akwa Ibom State University. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Can we please put our hands together for Isantam Churchill Ludo as he comes forward?
Sir.
He will come and take the handshake from the Chancellor and the Akwa Ibom BBO. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe if we clap one more time, he would not mind. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Register, please.
Honorable Visitor, Chancellor, sir, Your Excellencies, my Lord Spiritual and Temporal, Your Highnesses, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Senate of Akwa Ibom State University has resolved that the degree of Doctor of Hospitality Management, DHM Honoris Causa, be conferred on Chief Effiong Afiaikore. I now call on the University Orator, Professor Edna Akman, to present the honorary graduate.
I now call on Sir Chief Dr. Effiong Daniel Afiakufre to please step forward. I believe he came with his beautiful wife. Citation on Sir Chief Dr. Effiong Daniel Afiakufre. Here standing beside him is the wife, his lovely wife. He is a widely acknowledged philanthropist, respected community servant, compassionate giver, and accomplished retired public servant. And on retirement from public service, a very successful businessman. He was born several years ago and hails from Ubororo village in Urefo Oroko, local government area of Akwa Ibom State. His quest for knowledge took him to the Salvation Army Secondary School, Akwa Ibom, in the present-day Nsurubium local government area, where he earned a distinction in West African School Certificate in 1977. He immediately proceeded to the University of Calabar, Unicol, where he bagged a degree in mathematics and statistics in 1981. His quest for self-development and insatiable hunger for knowledge propelled him to enroll in the prestigious University of Lagos, UNILAG, to undertake a postgraduate diploma, PGD, in computer science in 1991-1992. Ikpoto has enjoyed an exceptionally robust career characterized by hard work, diligence, integrity, and discipline. He emerged as the first software application programmer in the Federal Parastatal of the Federal Public Service of Nigeria. He began his career in public service as a Master Grade 2 with the then Cross River State Teaching Service in 1982. He also had an excellent stint in the oil and gas sector. His career progression has seen him through the Petroleum Products Pricing Regulatory Agency, PPPRA, as well as the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, NCDMB, where he retired meritoriously in February 2018. He is presently the chairman, Roots Care Pharmaceutical and Consult Services Limited, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Roots Care Pharmacy is a foremost and fast-growing pharmaceutical company in Akwa Ibom State. He's also the MD/CEO with Luxury Apartments Limited, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. He is also the CEO of Cedar Peak Hotels, a subsidiary of with Luxury Apartments Limited, Uyo. He is also a fellow of the Institute of Corporate Administration of Nigeria, member, Nigerian Computer Society, and chartered member, Nigeria Institute of Management. His impressive community services and development have led to the award of the highest chieftaincy title of Ikpotoro, umbrella for Oro people in Oro Nation. I now call on my Vice-Chancellor, sir, to please step forward and decorate the awardee. Congratulations.
I have the honor to call on the Chancellor to confer a degree of honoris causa on the recipient, Igbutu Effiong Afiakre.
By the authority vested on me as the Chancellor, and in the name of the Senate, I confer on you the degree of Doctor of Hospitality Management, Honoris Causa, of Akwa Ibom State University. Congratulations.
Can we please put our hands together for the honoree? Thank you very much. Ikbotoro.
Congratulations, sir. Congratulations, ma'am. Behind every successful man is a beautiful woman.
Thank you very much. The honorary doctorate degree recipient will come and get his handshake from the Chancellor. And of course, a very accomplished gentleman being congratulated by the Chancellor. Please put your hands together for him one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. He came with his dear wife. Congratulations, of course. The Vice-chancellor, and both of them flank the visitor to the university. This is a very powerful picture. The Right Honorable Dr. Osio Kwangwodo has joined Dr. Emmanuel Kuwem, Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor and Visitor, the Honorary, and of course, the Vice-Chancellor.
Honorable Visitor, Chancellor, sir, Your Excellencies, my Lord Spiritual and Temporal, Your Highnesses, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Senate of Akwa Ibom State University has resolved that the degree of Doctor of Engineering, DENG, honoris causa, be conferred on Dr. Victor Ita Okun. I now call on the University Orator, Professor Edna Akpan, to present the honorary graduate.
Ladies and gentlemen, Victor Ita Okun, the Chief Executive Officer of Right Links Group, going up, of course.
I now call on Victor Ita Okun to please step forward, and this happens to be the last citation for the day. Welcome. Citation of Victor Ita Okun. He was born into the family of Mr. and Mrs. Peter Ita Okun in Ikorosua community of Nsratai local government area, Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. He pursued his secondary education at Odorikono Secondary School, graduating with West African Examination Council, and driven by a passion for learning, he enrolled at the University of Calabar in 2003 to study physical oceanography. He graduated with a BSc honors in 2008 as one of the top students. In his quest for further knowledge, he attended Chakins Maritime Academy in Port Harcourt, River State, earning a certificate in maritime safety in 2008. He also became a certified protocol professional through Pro-Consult in September 2011. His academic pursuits continued at the Federal University of Technology, Owerri, Futu, in 2018, where he completed a postgraduate diploma in shipping management and technology and is currently pursuing an MSc in the same field. Professionally, he began his career as a protocol logistics officer at Century Energy Services Limited from 2009 to 2013. Heading operations in Warri, he then joined Ocean Marine Tankers as logistics manager in 2013 and left in 2015 to fully dedicate himself to his entrepreneurial ventures. The young man standing here had established Right Links Logistics Services Limited, a company specializing in logistics and general services for the oil and gas and maritime sectors. As the MD and CEO of Right Links, Victor Okon has transformed the company from the local logistics services provider into a leading regional planning player with international recognition. He expanded the company's operations to include a shipping agency, maritime logistics, and manpower development. His remarkable strategic leadership led to the expansion of the company's operations from the Canadian maritime market with a launch of Right Links Logistics Holdings Incorporated in Canada, managing logistics assets across multiple sectors with a cumulative value exceeding over $1 billion USD. He oversees multiple affiliated entities under the Right Links Group, including Sea Guardian Nigeria Limited, J Prime Oil and Gas Limited, Right Links Egypt Composites Limited, and Afro-Turk Sanitary Factory, Money Baby Diapers in brackets, Kigali, Rwanda. Over the years, he has leveraged data-driven decision-making and digital tools to enhance supply chain efficiency and security. He has also been recognized as a leader in the Nigerian maritime and oil and gas industry. He holds a doctorate and is a recognized leader in the Nigerian maritime and logistics sector. Victor Itaokon's journey is a testament to his dedication to excellence, continuous learning, and impactful leadership in the oil and gas and maritime sectors. His achievements and contributions have positioned and decorate the last awardee, Victor Ita. Congratulations.
Now I have the honor to call on the Chancellor of this university to confer on the recipient, Honorary Doctorate degree of Engineering, Honorary Costa.
By the authority vested in me as the Chancellor and in the name of the Senate, I confer on you the degree of Doctor of Engineering, Honorary Costa of Akwa Ibom State University. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for him. As he comes down, he will take the handshake from the Vice-chancellor, or from the Chancellor rather, before proceeding to his seat. The brass band, please. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just a few items before we round off this convocation ceremony. We will please return to the registrar who will take us through this quickly. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Chancellor, sir, it is my privilege to invite Professor Elizabeth Bugiba, Doctor of Science, Honoris Causa of Akwa Ibom State University, to give her response. I also invite Mr. Ubon Obot, Doctor of Business Administration, to please step forward to give his response. We'll please request that you all come together at the same time, please.
Please, for all the honorary doctorate degree recipients.
I'll invite Ms. Nemese Bassi, Doctor of Human Letters, to please step forward. I invite Chief Church Hiludor, Doctor of Education and Innovation, to step forward. I also invite Chief Effiong Affair Kore, Doctor of Hospitality Management, to step forward. I invite Dr. Victor Itaokun, Doctor of Engineering, all of them to give response. Thank you.
Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we're pleased and encouraged to listen to the recipients of these honorary degrees as they respond. Thank you.
On behalf of all of us, I want to stand on the existing protocol to say we appreciate this honor. And as we've been contributing in our little ways, adding values and impacting the world in our small units, by God's grace, our names will be written in gold in this campus. Thank you very much to the Senate. I've seen my great lecturers here and my great vice-chancellors and my mentees and my mentors. I want to say thank you. Thank you and thank you. We are grateful.
Thank you very much.
Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, these gentlemen and ladies have been found worthy by the Akwa Ibom State University of being awarded honorary doctorate degrees. Can we please put our hands together for all of them as they return to their seats? Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
A brief response given on their behalf. Thank you.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, Your Excellencies, my Lord Spiritual and Temporal, Your Highnesses, Honorable Ministers and Commissioners, members of the Governing Council and Senate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor and privilege, most respectfully, to invite the honorable visitor to the Akwa Ibom State University, His Excellency, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Umar B.N.O. PhD, to deliver his address to the convocation. Your Excellency.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please put our hands together for His Excellency, the Governor and visitor to the university, represented here by Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Senator Dr. Akon Eyare. Can we put our hands together for her? Thank you.
Please, you may be seated. Remove the phone. Remove the phone. The representative of the Chief Judge of Akwa Ibom State, Honorable Justice Comfort Henry Morrison, the head of the Civil Service of Akwa Ibom State, Mrs. Elsie Peters, members of the National Assembly and their spouses here present, honorable commissioners and special advisors, permit me to use the Honorable Commissioner for Education, Professor Ubong Esienomo, to acknowledge all of you, the chairman of Algon, and the chairman of Nkparenen Local Government, Chancellor, Akwa Ibom State University, His Eminence Ntenyen Dr. Solomon Etuk JP, G, CFR, acknowledge the presence of the Chancellor, the Pro-chancellor, and the Chairman, members of the Governing Council, the Vice-chancellor of Akwa Ibom State University, Professor Otobasi Akpan, the DVCs, registrar, management, and staff of AXU, distinguished guests and invitees, graduates of the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th Combined Convocation, dear awardees, the academia, captains of industry, family and friends, who is unavoidably absent. He had planned, desired to be here physically present with you today, knowing the schedule of his duties, a higher call came and he had to move, and had directed that I come in here to represent him and to present his speech as the visitor to this great institution. So I seek the permission of the Chancellor to present the visitor's remark. Let me again congratulate the Chancellor of this great citadel of learning, His Eminence Ntinyen, Dr. Solomon D. Etuk JP, CFR, the Akwa Ibom Ibibio, and the President General of the Supreme Council of Akwa Ibom Traditional Rulers, and the Pro-chancellor of this great institution. Distinguished Senator Udoma, here ably represented today by Brother Dr. Emmanuel Ekuwem, for accepting to serve the state and this institution in particular. I am sure the distinguished senator will utilize his vast contacts across various layers of the society to advance the growth and expansion of this university. I thank the both of them for agreeing to serve. Permit me to particularly single out the Vice-chancellor, Professor Otto Basi Akpan, for the great job he has done during the period he served as the acting chancellor, Vice-chancellor, leading to his confirmation as the substantive Vice-chancellor earlier this week. I am thrilled by the achievements he has recorded so far, especially the establishment of 7 new faculties and the approval of 69 new academic programs by the Nigerian University Commission. Alongside the modernization of infrastructure, which is visible here in the main campus and for which we have supported, I must say that the Vice-chancellor has done very well. Let me also commend the Senate and indeed the management and staff, as well as the former governing board. You have equally done well in positioning this university as one of the most sought-after state-owned university by prospective students. As we speak, this university holds the ranking as #1 state-owned university in the South-South and 4th overall best university, including the federal-owned in the South-South. This is truly remarkable, and you all must and should be proud of this great feat recorded. As the saying goes, a good job, well done, means more job to be done. And I know you are ready to do even more. Permit me to thank you, too, for the warm reception you accorded the chairman of our great party, the All Progressive Congress, APC, and your brother in academics, Professor Nentawa Yilwada, when he was here 2 days ago to deliver the convocation lecture. It was truly a refreshing moment, and I thank him for honoring us with his presence and all the great and heartwarming sentiments he had expressed. The theme of this combined convocation is leveraging emerging technology to enhance university education and national development. The guest lecturer, our party chairman, had exhaustively treated the issue during his lecture, so I won't dwell further on the matter. But it bears repeating, however, that We have applied technology to run government, which has helped to simplify processes, eliminate wastages, and unwholesome activities. Today, we have a standalone Ministry of Technology and Digital Economy, the first of such to be established in our state. To the 6th, 7th, and 8th combined graduates, let me congratulate you for the passion and dedication you have shown. The long hours and nights spent reading and applying yourselves to the rigors of academic life, leading to the conferment of degrees in various disciplines on you today. You have made yourselves, your parents, and guardians proud. As deeply satisfying as this moment may represent in your lives, it also marks the beginning of your lives in the real world. A few months ago, I was the guest speaker at the graduation ceremony of Mountaintop University in Ogun State. And a line in my speech at that event resonated deeply with the graduates, and I am going to repeat it here. I had told the graduates that they were moving out of their comfort zones into the real world, and that the world they were stepping into can sometimes be decided and unwelcoming and manifestly formal. No one I had advised will hand them a bouquet full of opportunities on a platter. No one will roll out the red carpet for you to walk majestically into the boulevard of success. Success will come to you if you are willing and ready to put in the work. To be diligent, upright, transparent, loyal, and ready to think and do things a little differently. I had stated that though abiding by the principles of groupthink may be fine, the world rewards those who are daring, think differently, and sometimes buck norms. The world rewards those who dream, those who dare, and drive change through ideas and vision. This is the same message I am giving you today. Do something daring. Dream of something, however small. Put in the building blocks for its actualization, and you will be mightily surprised where such may lead you. I may personally add that today, one of the graduates, an alumni today, did what the governor has advised, and she has excelled, and today she was honored. This brings me to a very crucial area I would want this university to look into as part of the expansion of your academic programs, taking cognizance of the realities of the world we live in. And these are business development and entrepreneurship, as well as the need to partner with our agricultural revolution. One area that ensures success faster today is the service industry and the small and medium-scale enterprises, SMEs. But to succeed in that industry or in the establishment of SMEs, you must understand how to develop business models, how to market your services, the protocols of engagement. And that's why we recommend that you create, as a matter of urgency, a Department of Business and Entrepreneurial Studies. This will equip your students with the requisite skill sets to transition from here to becoming small business owners. While I don't have an issue with those who desire to seek conventional employment upon graduation, and we have thousands of opportunities for employment with 85 audacious projects spanning infrastructure, tourism, healthcare services, housing, etc. Currently ongoing across the state. Starting a business, however small, in my view, is the way to go. And this is in line with the globalized economic space. We would also like you to partner with us in agricultural revolution. You have a loaded Department of Agriculture here. As I am sure you are well aware, agriculture is a major plank in our Arise agenda. Soon, Akwa Ibom Model Farm will commence full operations, and we would like to tap into your skill set as we prepare for the full operation of the farm and other agricultural initiatives handled by the Akwa Ibom Agricultural Development Program, ACADEP. I have listened to the bouquet of demands as outlined by the Vice-chancellor. We will continue to support this institution to remain a major university in our state, our region, and in the nation. The internal roads, hostel accommodation, and other physical amenities will continue to be given attention. We are regular in the payment of grants and students' bursaries, and we will continue doing this because we are investing in the future of our youth. Let me emphasize our administration's zero tolerance for anti-social tendencies and habits, such as cultism and gender-based violence. I want to commend the students for maintaining this policy thus far. You came here to fortify your intellectual foundations and not to engage in acts that may be inimical to your growth and personal development. Education, as a revered late South African President Nelson Mandela once said, is the easiest way out of poverty. We remain dedicated to ensuring that we prepare our children to face the 21st century world, which prioritizes education, ICT, entrepreneurship, creativity, etc. So they can compete in the marketplace of ideas and opportunities. Let me end this speech by referencing the aptly reflective quote from the renowned fashion designer and entrepreneur, Tony Bob. You may live, I quote, you may live in an age of instant messaging, instant gratification, and Instagram. But there is no way to short-circuit the path of success, unquote, except, if I may add, through hard work, creativity, diligence, and integrity. So go out there, conquer the world, win for yourselves, for your parents, for your state, for your region, for your nation, and indeed the world. Once again, I congratulate all the graduates, and I wish you Godspeed. I thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please put our hands together for the visitor to the university, represented here by Her Excellency the Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State. The visitor's address has been presented. We're going to invite now the Vice-chancellor of the Akwa Ibom State University, Professor Otobasi Akwan, to kindly come forward and make a special presentation to the visitor of the university from the university community. That presentation would practically mark the last of the items, and then, of course, the registrar will take us through as we wind down on these activities marking the 6th, 7th, and 8th combined convocation of the Akwa Ibom State University. The Vice-Chancellor will please make the presentation. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, and the visitor to Akwa Ibom State University, on behalf of the principal officers, management team, Senate, student bodies, and generally members of the university community, I have the honor to step forward to present this gift to you as this golden gift to you as memorabilia from this university. It is a product of our love for you. And it also tells so many stories about your love for the university, your dedication to the ideals that we stand for, and for facilitating all things that we need, most especially approvals for this convocation and other approvals that we know that you gave to us. So our heart is literally red, and that is why we feel that you cannot go back without having a gift from us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the Vice-Chancellor. The handshake indicating that that has been received by the visitor to the university by Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor. Of course, His Excellency will find a very prominent place within the confines of the seat of power to display this memorabilia from the Akwa Ibom State University. Can we please put our hands together for the visitor one more time? Thank you very much. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring the convocation to a close, and that is just going to be in a matter of minutes, about 2 or 3 minutes. This is going to be brought to a close. Thank you very much. Straight for closing.